Hi, this is Scott. I'm the Part-Time Audiophile. Today I am looking at Ultimate Ears in-ear monitors. The in-ear monitors I'm looking at today are the UE18 Pro. This is their custom fit model. It has 6 drivers per side. It is broken. They are by far the lightest of the custom in-ears that I have. I have a variety of flagship customs in, and that's kind of cool, and I'll talk about that in a second. I found these at CanJam last year, 2013. I was lucky enough to be able to attend Rocky Mountain. I showed up at CanJam, walked over, saw the big display, and sat down, and was able to walk through the entire table. And that was fun. I hadn't really spent much time with customs or with in-ears. In fact, I would have gone on record as saying, hell no. And the reason for it is pretty straightforward. I really don't like the fit of most universals. Still, there's something about the compression and squeezing my eardrum or the ear canal I just never really got into. And then, pulling out streamers of gross stuff is just never fun. But whatever, put that aside. My weird little ear fetishes, forget it. I've always been a headphone guy when it came to that kind of portable audio thing. So universals I never was into, but customs I was told would be different, and in fact that makes sense. One, they're fitted to you, so there's no issue about fit. It will fit, and it fits perfectly, and it fits in a way that will actually align the drivers to fire optimally into your brain. And that's what you want, right? You don't want to have to worry or wonder if you're going to have them fall out or if they're ever going to be aligned correctly. With a custom, that's done. You take that right off the table. Anyway, so I sat down at the table at CanJam, and Christian, who was running the table, walked me through the line. I started off, kind of walking off with a 1, 2, 3 drivers. Ended up at this one, and I stopped here, and there's a reason for it. I felt it was the most interesting sound. Now, that's different, right, than the saying this is the best or most perfect or most linear or most transparent or most any other whatever, right? There was something about the 18 Pro that I just really responded to. And that's an interesting point all by itself. When I was told to go visit Ultimate Ears to kind of go through this, because they were, again, doing free impressions, and I'd never done that before, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. I didn't know what to do. So they said, go here, listen to this, check out the UE reference monitor. That's one everyone talks about as the most linear, most audiophile kind of ear speaker, and you're going to love it. It's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, and your whole world will change. So fine. I sat down, I started listening to the lower end stuff, worked my way up through the UERM, and I said, you know what? This is good. And, it's about $1,000. So I said, I should probably do this because I need a tool. And this could be a very interesting experience. But Christian said, well, why don't we go ahead and check out the next one up? So we pulled out the 18, popped it in, and it was like a light going off. And I had a couple of epiphanies at that moment, if you will. But the first one is that never, ever settle. One. 2, just because your favorite reviewer told you to do this doesn't mean it's going to work for you. The UE18 Pro actually was reviewed at Stereophile and got a great review. And that's good, and I now understand why. I compared it directly head-to-head in universal format to the others, every other one in the Ultimate Ears lineup, and this was my favorite, hands down. It was not even close. And again, it wasn't because it was neutral. That term doesn't mean anything. I listen to people talk about it in terms of sound quality, and based on what I heard and what they heard, I have to come to the semi-informed opinion that we all use these words differently to mean slightly different things. For me, neutrality doesn't necessarily mean bass heavy or bass light, or treble heavy or treble light, or anything like that. It means flat, right? It means no excess in any particular parameter. That does not necessarily mean it's fun. So while the other speaker might have been more neutral, this was the one that was the best for me, and it was not even close. So what is it about it that I really liked? Well, I really liked the bass. There was a naturalness and a fullness to the bass, which is just baffling given the size of the particular unit. I mean, look at these things. They're tiny. I'm going to get out of frame here so you can see it. There's nothing in there. There's no reason these things can produce the bass that they do. There's just absolutely no explanation for that. But it's there, and it was really enjoyable. That enjoyment went all the way up through the highest treble. Very nice air and detail and separation. Great detail retrieval actually across the band. Now you say, okay, fine. It does. Maybe it has an inflated bass. Maybe that's something that people have commented on in the past. I want to say that that may be true, but it doesn't impact anything else. If you're going to go ahead and kind of modify your frequency curve, that's fine. That's a matter of tuning. It's something some people will respond to and some won't. But the, I guess, sin that can be incurred here is when a frequency adjustment impacts registers above or below it. And that's not the case with these. So there may be more bass than is, strictly speaking, completely flat. But who cares? These things are great. And I had no trouble whatsoever enjoying any kind of music whatsoever, whether it's pop and crap recorded pop, through incredibly natural sounding DSD-like material on small arrangement classical stuff. It didn't matter. It was just consistent. Now, let me put this in context for you. I have flagship IEMs from Noble Audio, the K10. 10 drivers per side, absolutely amazing. Reference class all the way. In fact, my new reference. So I also have the Roxannes from JH Audio. Incredible speakers. Some of the biggest sound I've ever heard out of a headphone, much less an in-ear. Just insane levels of just hugeness. And if I was a bass head, I would be looking at that. And I mean that in every possible way. You can go check that review out for what I mean. All three of them have great mid-range. All three of them have great extension. But of the three of them, if I have to separate them out, the Noble would tend to go off to one side and the JH Audio off to the other. And they separate mainly on how they handle bass, mid-range and down. And I believe that of the two, that the K10 may be a little bit more natural, though the tuning of the Roxannes does give me a whole lot of really cool features. Okay, with that said, the UE18 kind of splits the middle, and that's fascinating, right? So I get good separation, I get great detail, I get wonderful presence, and I get an very lively and engaging and immediate kind of bass. I think these things are wonderful. It depends which one you will prefer. I'm almost going to guarantee that it will depend almost entirely on what you mean by neutrality. I think that none of these three is probably neutral. The Noble is probably closest to neutral. I think that the Roxanne is probably farthest from neutral, and that the JH is kind of a weird duck. It's something unusual all by itself, and it's probably made for that kind of audience. But the UE18 Pro as a product, I think, balances everything in a great way. I think it's also the least expensive of the three, so that's kind of a bonus. But these three reference grade IEMs do kind of stake out different points on the continuum. Which one is going to be best for you? I have no idea. No clue. I can't recommend enough going to one of these Head-Fi meets or a Can Jam or something like that to sit down and do a do-it-yourself test. Which one you prefer, I'm almost, like I said, I'm going to guarantee that it's going to be unique to you and that there's only one way to figure that out, and that's to go do it. But any one of them that you choose, any one of these reference grade guys is life-changing. They're incredible. And the UE18 Pro, I think, as my first experience stepping into reference grade or even into IEMs in the custom fashion, was revelatory. And the fact that, I can wear these things because they are so light. They are the lightest of any IEM I've experienced. Very easy to wear for long periods of time. And not mess up my do, because there's no band, right? Whatever, right? I can drive them with anything. I love it. I think that they are one of the kind of overlooked brands today. Ultimate Ears, they were really big many years ago, but they're still producing quality product. No issues recommending it. Highly recommend actually doing that kind of A/B testing yourself whenever possible. But they get 2 thumbs up for me. Love them, and I'll be using them for years. Cheers. Part-Time Audiophile. Check me out online, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.